Leading off for Quakertown, shortstop number 23.
And we welcome you into the second and final game of this Thursday version of the 2023 Pennsylvania American Legion Baseball Championship Tournament here on the Westmoreland Sports Network, as the first pitch, and this one is hit to first as Danny Qualteria grounds out to Nate Gilson. Sean Myers joined by Roger Downs here at Rosa-Oglietti Park on the border of Latrobe and Derry. Roger, this was slated to begin just about 2 hours ago, but weather certainly said not so fast, and so we had a downpour that lasted, I would say, about 30 minutes. It seemed as though this field would be unplayable, but for the last hour and 20 minutes or so, they have done a terrific job working on this field, getting it ready so that we can play the scheduled game here tonight. Just a little later than expected is between undefeated Quakertown and Falls Post 834. Falls, it is an elimination game. It is not for the Blue Jays. They're already guaranteed a spot tomorrow in the championship round, but they would love to go in undefeated.
Indeed.
That would give them an extra game cushion as the count 1-1 to Cole Reich.
That was just a bit low.
We'll set the batting order and the defense momentarily. The Blue Jays are playing as the visitors here. As this is bounced foul by Reich. They are coming off of a dramatic victory last night, 8-3 against Paxton, a game in which they trailed 3-2 heading into the seventh. Scored 6 times to become the only undefeated team remaining in this bracket. It is a double elimination tournament. That one's hit out to center field. Ryan Cavanaugh makes the catch as he retires right. Let's look at the batting order for Quakertown. The Blue Jays began with Danny Qualteria. He is the shortstop. Cole Reich just flew out. Now it's Brandon Pierce. He's the hurler for the Blue Jays. Ethan Bile follows him. Ty Everett, Bile's playing at first base. Ty Everett at third. Peyton Myers in left field. Caleb Everett, the second baseman, has a swing and a miss. Tommy Kozlowski is the center fielder. And Braxton Ron rounds out the batting order for the Blue Jays.
Defensively for Falls, Derek DiLorenzo on the hill. LJ Nelson behind the plate.
This one slowly hit to second. Baker charging, and he will take his time with a lollipop throw.
Nate Gibson is the first baseman. James Baker at second. Alex Matlack at third. The shortstop is Wyatt Spinks. John Begley in left. Ryan Cavanaugh in center. Eric David is the right fielder.
And that defense and pitcher DiLorenzo engineered a 1-2-3 frame. And so now Falls, playing as the home team, will come to the plate. Let's take a look at the batting order for Falls. They begin with shortstop Wyatt Spinks. Spinks wears number 6. Then it's catcher LJ Nelson, number 1. James Baker, the second baseman, follows. He's clad in number 11. Eric David bats cleanup. He's in right field wearing 22. Ryan Cavanaugh, the center fielder, number 8, follows him. Then it's first baseman Nate Gilson, number 20. Alex Matlack at third base wears number 9. Number 2, Aiden Kenny is the designated hitter. And rounding out the batting order is number 33, left fielder John Begley. That is the starting 9 batting order for Falls Post 834. They lost their first game in lopsided fashion, Roger, but they have certainly rallied from that point forward, and they are now here with a chance to advance to Friday with a victory.
Yeah, they certainly are, Sean. On the hill for Quakertown, Brandon Pierce. Behind the plate, Braxton Ron. Ethan Bile is at first base. Caleb Everett at second base. Ty Everett is at third base. Danny Qualteria is the shortstop. Peyton Myers is in left field. Tommy Kozlowski is in center. Cole Reich is the right fielder for the Blue Jays.
Well, Quakertown has been uber impressive to this point, and obviously You can argue that they've been the best team. I think, obviously, being the only undefeated team, the record indicates as such. Paxton, obviously, is a very good team as well. We saw them advance earlier today, so they will be playing tomorrow. The question is, what will Friday look like? There's a potential that Falls could play Paxton tomorrow if Falls wins. If not, and Quakertown stays perfect, then it'll be Quakertown and Paxton. And in that scenario, Quakertown would have potentially 2 games needing to win just 1.
Yes, indeed, Sean. We welcome everyone for tuning into the nightcap here, starting off a little late.
Yeah, it really is a nightcap at this
weather delay. We thank you for sticking with us on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Guys, the field is in remarkable shape after how hard it rained.
Indeed,
I mean,
Dan.
That's Dan Flickinger for those
Leading
wondering.
off,
His mysterious
4
voice.
Falls.
Yeah.
Shortstop number 6, Wyatt Spinks.
Right now, if we had to name the most valuable player in the games played today, it would be the ground crew for getting this field absolutely ready. I don't know if people had some photos of what it looked like prior, but right now, my goodness, great job, guys.
Tip of the cap to Jason Bush, who's overseeing all of this as a first pitch ball from Pierce. It is something worth monitoring how these pitchers deal with the mound, which looks to be in good shape,
Yes.
but certainly the rain that came earlier, that is something that has not really been a factor up until now. That one bounces. We had, I believe, about a 1-hour delay. What was that, on Tuesday, Roger, because of rain to get the day started?
Yes.
But I believe from what I saw, that field was in perfect condition by the time they started that game.
Yeah, those guys, absolutely. Very nice job.
That's in for a strike. There was some consideration, I believe, given to shifting to Greater Latrobe High School, which is an artificial surface, but logistically that was not going to be easy either, as this one's bounced to short. Altaria throws across, and just in a nick of time retires Spinks for the first out.
And Mighty Mouse is retired on that fine
What
play
great
by
nick.
Batting
Altaria.
second,
He was mighty
the catcher,
in his pitching
number 1,
performance.
LJ Nelson.
LJ Nelson into the batter's box. His parents are Jim and Michelle.
Spinks nearly went the distance in the victory last night that eliminated host Latrobe from the tournament. He came up just 1 out shy of finishing it off. He exited the game with no runs against him. 2 came on to score against Kevin Pickard. However, they were both unearned against Spinks. 0-1 misses.
Shake and bake in the batter's box. We'll send a shout out to his parents, Jim and Deanna.
Now, if he came up, would you call him Shake and Bake right now, Roger?
I might.
Yeah.
He listed it here, so don't list it if you don't want us to say it.
I suppose you're right. Maybe it's friends only allowed to call him that. Swing and a miss.
Well, Sean, as we get a script, we just tend to follow it. Sometimes we go off on our own little tangents from time to time.
Mark Katarski's been here this week, so that's definitely true. That misses inside.
Full count.
Do you know what I believe Shake and Bake is referring to?
I do not. Is it chicken?
No, it's Talladega Nights.
Oh,
Will
okay.
Ferrell movie.
It's like he had a LJ Nelson looks like he had a bug get up inside his nose.
That's not fun.
It is not.
Called strike 3 as Pierce gets the punch out. And Nelson is the second out here in the bottom of the first.
Batting third, second
It is
baseman,
really,
number 11.
at least from my
James
perspective, been a
Baker.
pleasant surprise how good the pitching has been today,
Yes.
knowing that in some instances the best arms are not available anymore for these teams now playing the 4th time in 4 days.
Yeah, and to these two teams this evening and to the earlier game, deep pitching staffs can result in great success.
That's hit out of play. It really is. I mean, it's outstanding that a team that sometimes, some of these rosters maybe only have 12, 13 guys.
Right.
And yet they've been able to use 5, 6 pitchers effectively.
Yep. loaded up with pitchers. Pitchers are usually fairly athletic. A lot of your pitchers are shortstops, infielders, outfielders in this situation. Just everybody doing their part for team success.
And for Pierce, he's a catcher. Some good velocity there. You know who's the talk of the town of Pittsburgh that was a catcher turned pitcher extraordinaire? This is slowly to second.
Did he attend
charge.
LSU?
That is correct. Paul Skeens, the first overall pick in the Major League Baseball draft, who the Pirates selected as another 1-2-3 frame. No runs, no hits, no one left. Scoreless after one. We head to the second as we continue the fourth day of the Pennsylvania American Legion Baseball Tournament presented by Elite Plumbing Kitchens and Bath in the Latrobe Route 30 Plaza right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Leading off the top half of the second inning for Quakertown. First baseman, number
Scoreless
11.
after one. We head to the second stanza. I'm Sean Myers, joined by Roger Downs here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Ethan Bile into the batter's box, son of Eric and Tina.
This is a special hitter in Bile as he takes a strike. So through 3 games, he's hitting a cool .667 with 3 home runs and 6 RBIs.
You know what, you could probably talk to Ethan. He attends Penn State, mechanical engineering major.
Oh, he's smarter than I am.
You might be able to, give him the ins and outs of State College. Sean, a very proud Nittany Lion graduate. Uh-oh.
That is deep, and that is
gone.
Out of here. Just clears the fence and is just fair. And so home run number 4 for Bile makes it 1-0.
Right down the line. Well struck.
Well, so there's 2 questions. One, would it be fair? It was. Would it get out? It was clearly going to be out of the reach of Begley, and I think it just narrowly cleared that fence.
Next up,
Bile will gladly take it as his power surge
third
continues.
baseman, number 3.
And now the Blue Jays have the lead.
Everett.
Ty Everett stepping into the batter's box.
Well, that'll help the slugging percentage of Bile, which was only 2.167 coming in. Typically, a good slugging percentage is like 500, Roger.
Yes.
He's batting slugging 2.167 before that, and so that will increase.
Ty wants to send a special shout out to his very special and precious girlfriend back at home, Bella.
Now, did he say precious in that, or did you ad-lib that?
I kind of ad-libbed it a little bit. I had a nice talk during the rain delay with Ty's mother, Joanna.
Batting 6,
And
playing left
so you
field.
want to make
Number
sure you say
21,
girlfriend, so I added a few things,
Myers.
knowing that Bella and Ty are very much smitten with each other.
Absolutely. Precious. This is getting very, very mushy now. First pitch swinging. And Peyton Myers, another one to short, and he is out. Back-to-back groundouts to Wyatt Spinks.
Spinks has played extremely well this entire tournament, Sean.
Oh, yeah. I mentioned what he did on the mound last
Second
night.
baseman, number 44, Caleb Everett.
And now brother Caleb steps into the batter's box.
Brother of Ty.
Indeed.
Caleb is younger brother. That's a strike. This entire tournament, Monday through Friday, being played at Rosa-Oglietti Park in Latrobe, Westmoreland County.
Caleb also wants to send this shout out to his girlfriend,
Roger.
Sam.
You have done a terrific job with your research, digging into all of the love connections involved with the Blue Jays. Swing and a miss. That's a good pitch there by Di Lorenzo, and the strikeout is recorded. So the side retired, but another blast by Bile, his fourth of the tournament, has given Quakertown the 1-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the second. We'll continue our coverage of the American Legion Baseball Pennsylvania Tournament presented by Elite Plumbing, Kitchens, and Bath and the Latrobe Route 30 Plaza right here on WSN.
Folks, don't forget those hot apple pie logs up in the concession stand. They are very good. Nice, crispy surrounding, a nice glaze, the sweet icing on top, and the juicy apples inside. Make sure you get up there and get 2 of those hot apple pie logs today.
We've played an inning and a half. We head to the bottom of the second.
Leading off the bottom half of the
Dirtbags
second,
coming to
Fort
bat.
Falls, number
Falls post
22,
834.
Right fielder, Eric.
How would you like to be called a dirtbag, Roger?
You know what? If it's in the right context as a baseball player, I have absolutely no problem with it. I can recall back in some of the early years in some independent ball games, some independent leagues, the team I played for, we won a championship, and I did not allow them to wash my uniform until it was over. And I was truly a smelly, stinky dirtbag at that point.
Yeah.
But
little has changed since
nonetheless, thank you. And luckily we won, so everybody was thrilled.
then. Although no one's worked up more of a sweat throughout this tournament than producer Dan Flickinger, who is. Does he have one of those Fitbit watches on that shows how many steps?
I think he does.
So his watch, I believe, yesterday actually thought he was doing his workout. I'm not exaggerating. He was not in the true sense, but just back and forth adjusting the cameras, and he had to put in some extra steps tonight because you can't leave the cameras out when it rains like it did.
Indeed, you
That does
cannot.
not bode well. They are not waterproof.
Shout out to Eric and Sabrina, Eric's parents.
As he takes ball 3 to make it 3-1. Falls trying to get on the board against a Quakertown team that has really been impressive so far through 3 games of this tournament. There's ball 4. And the multitude of equipment comes off for David.
First base runner.
Now, you see that first base coach?
Playing
I do.
center field.
That might be the coolest guy in this entire town now,
With
Roger.
his fungo bat
Yes.
for pregame. Oh, and indeed.
An absolute legend.
Ryan Kavanaugh batting, son of Joe and Kim. He'll be playing Division I baseball at Charleston Southern next year.
David has his lead at first. That's inside to Kavanaugh. Falls the Region 3 champion. Quakertown out of Region 2. Not as big of a lead yet for David. It's in for a strike. Well, so we mentioned the terrific job to get this field in playing condition, but no one knows this field better than you, Roger. You've been involved in some way, shape, or form with this field for many, many moons.
Indeed.
Is there any area that typically would be problematic in terms of recovering from the downpour that we had?
I would just be a little bit cautious. I hope the outfielders took advantage of checking out some things.
There goes the runner, and a perfect pitch to run on because Braxton Ron, the catcher, had no chance, so a stolen base for David.
No, usually the outfield can get a little soggy, but it looks fine as well.
Well, the fact that it's been near 90 degrees,
yes.
Everything had been dry before that rain.
Yeah, and as much rain was on the field, there was a bit of, we're concerned, but wow. A lot of it evaporated into the heat and humidity of Latrobe.
It's fouled off. We didn't see the field steaming at all, so I guess that's a good thing.
No, but the day certainly has been steamy.
It has, yes. Here in the bottom of the second, Falls at the plate, trailing 1-0, but they've got a man in scoring position.
No one out in the inning. Full count to Kavanaugh.
And he fights that off foul.
Nate Gilson on deck.
Quakertown, with a win, will be in great shape to try to close this out tomorrow. There's a called strike 3. Good pitch by Pierce as he rings up Kavanaugh. That's his second strikeout and the second looking for Pierce.
Yes. As mentioned, brings up Nate Gilson, son of Tammy and Steve.
20, Nate Gilson.
Now, Roger, Austin Douglas paid us a visit between games, and he said, I'm going to be watching the game. He wasn't able to stick around because it got pushed back by nearly 2 hours.
Indeed.
But he has already chimed in, saying it was a pleasure to see you guys again, and the press box experience was incredible.
Well, thank you, Austin. I'm glad that you enjoyed our visit.
He also said Sean Myers and Flick, the producer, is killing it all week with amazing work that he does. Roger is doing an amazing job calling the game. You agree? You're nodding your head.
Oh, well.
Thanks, Austin.
You know what?
Patting yourself on the back verbally.
No, I did not compliment myself. That came from technology world.
Did you pay him off?
Absolutely not.
I saw a $5 bill in your hand when you were talking to him earlier,
I gave that
Roger.
to Dan's son Landon to buy something to eat at the concession stand.
Did he get a pickle?
No, I think he was kind of looking more for a binky.
He's got one. He's got one attached via lanyard to his self. 1-1. That just misses to the left-handed hitting Gilson.
I think Dan's son is 7 or 8 months old now.
Yeah, but he could definitely pass for 8 to 9 months old. That's out of play foul.
2-2's the count. 1 out, 1 on. And we thank you for being with us here under the lights at Rosa-Oglietti Park.
David still in scoring position as he gets his lead from second. You can see that well from our center field camera.
I think the rain added to the greenness of the color of the grass here at the ballpark.
Count route runs full.
2 full counts in a row now for Pierce.
Now a payoff pitch forthcoming. Keep an eye on David. He had a pretty big secondary lead. Ball 4. So 2 walks from Pierce this inning.
Batting 7th, third baseman number 9, Alex Matlock.
That brings Matlack to the plate.
Matlack, son of Jennifer and Keith.
That's a strike.
Alex Matlack going old school. He's a fan of Larry Bird, former Celtic legend.
I didn't know this, but Mark Marizaldi said he was also a collegiate baseball player.
Yeah, 6'8" Larry Bird playing for the Sycamores there at Indiana State.
Now, do you think that he exaggerated that 6'8" at all?
No.
Did you measure him?
No, I just go by the record book.
Well, we have seen a player lose 3 inches on the basketball court.
We have. Jimmy Moon started out at 7 foot and ended up at 6'9".
Yeah, sometimes they fib a little bit. Well,
did you know that back in the day when it was on the stock exchange, I actually owned several shares of stock in the Boston Celtics Limited Partnership?
Yeah. Did that stock go down when the Lakers beat them so many times in the 80s?
Lakers?
That misses, and now the bases are loaded. 3 walks in the inning by Pierce.
Is that the Minneapolis Lakers?
Now, that would be the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, okay, because you're a Laker fan. Time out.
They did win several in Minneapolis as well with George Mikan.
Yeah, I always enjoyed going to the bank. Back then, you went to the bank, and I would cash the dividend check. And
I still go to a bank. Do you not go to banks anymore?
Sometimes. And the tellers would look at me like, why are you cashing a check from the Boston Celtics? I said,
oh, don't sell yourself short, Roger. You definitely look like you could play point guard.
Yeah, the only person I'd be taller as would be Muggsy Bogues.
Now, this is a crucial time for Quakertown and for Pierce. He looked awesome in the first inning. His issue here is that he has handed out 3 walks to load the bases. Now, it is near the bottom of the order, but if he doesn't start throwing strikes, that's not going to matter.
Ross helping us out here in the press box. Official score, he said 24 pitches so far this inning.
Now batting the designated
Guys, want to
hitter,
say hi
number
to
2.
Wayne O. Or if I say it fast, Wayne-O, maybe.
Kenny.
Proud to be a dirtbag. Go Falls.
Aiden Kenny to the plate, son of Cheryl and Brian.
Now he's got a prime opportunity to give his team the lead. Ball 1. I think it's probably smart to take until you see a strike, right?
I think so, yeah. Corners are up for the Blue Jays. Middle infielders back at double play depth.
There is that strike.
He's now set in the batter's box. 1-1, 1 out. Dirt bags at every bag.
Big swing and a miss. It's hard to believe that Falls lost 10-0 on Monday.
Yes.
They have bounced back in a big, big way, winning their last 2. Inside.
Ooh, watch out.
Something similar to that happened against the Pirates recently, and they were able to score a run. Was that San Diego?
I believe it was.
The catcher tossed the ball back to the pitcher, and it wasn't a great throw, and it got past the pitcher, and he just, as casual as can be, slowly walked after it.
Yep.
It happened that there was a runner on third base at the time who then scored.
Ball in play, live ball.
2-2. Too short. I don't know that they're going to be able to get the out at home. They're going to try to turn 2. They'll just get the out there. And so it's a tie ball game as Kenny picks up the RBI. Scoring on the play is David. Matlack is out for the second out.
Well, he did his job, drove the run in.
Hit just weak enough that there wasn't a chance for 2.
Right.
Now batting left fielder, number 33, John Bigley.
Now Begley steps in, number 9 hitter. And he hits this to second.
That broke.
And they'll turn on to second. And so that will do it, but the tying run does come across in the frame. And as a result, we head to the third, 1-1 between Falls and Quakertown. We'll continue our coverage of the American Legion Baseball State Championship It is presented by Elite Plumbing Kitchens in Bath and the Latrobe Route 30 Plaza here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
For those of you who are listening or watching the game on the Westmoreland Sports Network, in the press box is Roger Downs, a very well-known coach of football and baseball in Westmoreland County and a pickle connoisseur. He went to the concession stand during the rainouts, and he told me when he came back up here that those pickles in the bag are some of the best pickles he has ever had, going back to his days as a child, going into the general store and pulling a pickle out of the old pickle barrel. So please, if you get a chance, go to the concession stand and try pickles in a bag.
Somebody's got to warm up for that fielder.
Well, as we head to the third inning, deadlocked at a run apiece between the Blue Jays and the Dirtbags, there's the living legend, Roger Downs. Now, you got perhaps the highlight of your broadcasting career, arguably of your entire life, the mention that you got between half innings.
Yes, indeed, and I appreciate that. And we thank the Dill Pickle Association of America for helping us out.
Yep, the check is in the mail, Roger.
Yes, indeed. I'm going to keep that up, and I'm going to have to join the Screen Actors Guild here at some point.
Well,
just like you.
Yeah, you're going to be on strike, not making. There's the man who made that all possible.
Stu Albaugh does a great job here, year in, year out.
He gave you the biggest shout out I have ever heard in my life.
And he also coaches a team up here as well in the Latrobe Dairy Area Teener League, fixing some dry spots or some wet spots.
Well, hopefully they're dry spots now.
Yeah.
Leading off for Quakertown,
So 8-9-1 for the Blue Jays.
center fielder number 27, Tommy Kozlowski.
Tommy Cause stepping in, son of Chris and Susan.
Kozlowski, Ron, and then back to the top of the order. Di Lorenzo misses.
Yeah, just a bit outside. Pretty good spot to miss. Going to enjoy the plate discipline from Cause as well.
To third on a couple of hops. Matt Lack, 0 for 2 on getting his name correct. Throws across as he retires Kozlowski.
Yeah, Matlock is some show that I watch.
I was going to say, you're a fan of that, right?
Oh, yeah. All those.
What you mentioned?
Number 5.
One of the, did you mention that, or was it Colombo, or what show did you mention is on in your typical TV viewing at midnight for some reason?
Perry Mason.
Yeah, that's right, Perry Mason. We were talking about Mama's Family, I believe, at one point in time.
Perry Mason follows up the Carol Burnett Show nightly on MeTV. Braxton Ron to the box. Son of Mindy and Jason.
I love Mama's Family.
It's a really good show.
Love it. Underrated.
It sort of ties in with the Golden Girls, too.
Vanton.
Yeah, if you like Mama's Family, you probably like the Golden Girls. That's out of play. To the count now 2-1.
Braxton Ron, his favorite professional athlete, is JT Real Muto.
Another Philly.
Yep.
Terrific catcher. Did you do Immaculate Grid today, Roger?
I've been here all day, Sean.
You had plenty of time. You were up at 4 in the morning. What else were you going to do? Well, I know what you're doing at that hour, but you've had plenty of time. We had a near 2-hour rain delay. There's ball 4, and Ron, the number 9 hitter, will take his base.
Yeah, did a nice job there. Did Braxton
Now
Ron.
number 23, Danny Walteria.
Back to the top of the order for Quakertown.
Walteria grounded out to the first baseman in his first at bat. His parents Valerie and John. Donut Danny he goes by.
That's a good one. We talked about that. If he's pitching, you want to throw up the donuts.
Oh, yeah.
There he is.
Getting a lot of nice shots from our producer, Dan Flickinger, here today. His son Landon was here briefly. He will go home and talk to his dad and give him a report card.
That just misses on the breaking ball. All right, Roger, I'll make this easy for you.
Oh, well, there's nothing easy.
Gold Glove winners, we're looking for Cardinals and Angels. Think of a Gold Glove winner from either of those teams.
Cardinals and Angels.
Yes.
Cardinals.
I'll give you.
Dell Maxville get
Oh,
a
my
Golden
goodness.
Glove?
Now you're making me look up ridiculous names. What name am I looking up
Dell Maxville was a shortstop.
here? So I'm pretty knowledgeable in baseball.
Mike
I have
Shannon.
never heard that name. No, this is just the category. So as that's fouled out and potentially in the direction of my car. Although at this point, my car deserves any punishment it gets from foul balls. All right, so there's been 29 Cardinals who have won a Gold Glove. Let me
Okay.
see what was your ridiculous name that you gave me again?
Dell Maxville, a shortstop.
You were correct, Roger. What a terrific answer.
Jose Oquendo. Yadier Molina.
Okay, Molina is definitely correct.
Oh, yeah. Ozzie Smith, the shortstop,
yes,
also.
correct.
That from Stu Albaugh.
I don't think Oquendo is on there. If you like recent baseball, meaning within the last 30 years, you could have said Nolan Arenado, who happens to be their third baseman currently.
Yes.
There's 22 options for the Angels Gold Glove
How about
winner.
Jim Fergosi?
This one's hit to second. They're going to try to get the lead out. They do. It's a close play, but no double play. So Ron eliminated. Quakertown takes his spot. He's now at first with a couple down.
Now batting
You said
number
Jim
8.
Fergosi?
Oh, right.
All right, I'll investigate.
Played third base for the Angels.
See, you actually, Roger, should play this game because the more abstract, if you will, under the radar, you actually get a better rarity score if you care about that. The drawback is if you guess one of those obscure names and you're wrong, then yeah, it doesn't turn out
Right,
well.
right.
Jim Fergosi did win a Gold Glove with the Angels, so there you go. One of the more common choices would be my guess, and that would be Jim Edmonds,
Oh, yes.
who also, I think, actually won a Gold Glove with the Cardinals, as there's a called strike, throw down to second, and it was not going to be in time, but Spinks could not corral it anyway. It was a strike to right, so the count 0-1, but now Quakertown has worked his way into scoring position, trying to give his team the lead back.
Yep. Base hit. Opportunity to score. Field's in good condition. Outfielders must be leery of any wet natural grass out there.
I'll give you a little bit of a head scratcher momentarily
Okie dokie.
as I throw to second. So my friend and I, when we're both done, we share our answers.
Okay.
Because we're dorks. And so he missed one today, and it was actually on the Angels Gold Glove winner.
Uh-huh.
He guessed incorrectly Mike Trout. Never won a Gold Glove. Is that not surprising?
Yes.
Not as surprising as Ted Williams not having a 200-hit season. There's a hit there, and that is smoked out to center. Quickly up with his Kavanaugh. Here comes the throw off the line. That scores a run. Getting into second on the advancement is right as Quakertown just that quickly back in front. It's now 2-1 Blue Jays.
Yeah, Quakertown showing excellent speed. 2 outs, ball in play. You're running on contact. Here's the replay.
It's a strong throw by Kavanaugh, but because he put a lot behind it and it wasn't on the mark, that allows Reich to get into second.
Indeed, it does. Another runner in scoring position
so you
now.
See Gilson, the first baseman there, a lower throw, he might be able to corral it and then keep Reich to just a single. Now Pierce. Trying to help his own cause, as we say in the industry.
Brandon Pierce. Big B.
Is there a little B?
I don't know.
Tell you what, Roger, you need to start playing this game daily. You've impressed me with those answers.
It's amazing how much.
Getting choked up?
No.
Thinking about this. Oh.
not useless information stored in an old brain, but less
Sparingly used,
less used information. I might not remember yesterday, but I can tell you about,
About Jim Fragosi's terrific glove.
Yep. Actually, when you ask those questions, Sean, my mind goes back to baseball cards from years gone by and what my mom probably threw out.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people who have those stories. I wonder, do these players, do they have much of a story of collecting baseball cards? They still make them, obviously, and some of them are extremely valuable, but I don't think it quite has the same lore as generations past. As that has walloped, and it is gone. A 2-run blast by Pierce. He does help his own cause and hope that Begley is okay as he went barreling into that fence, and he is slow to get up.
Yeah, they should call time and have somebody check on him out there in left field.
Well, he's back up, but he went hard into the fence and realistically didn't have much of a hope on that one because it seemed like it cleared it by a decent margin.
Well, you got to like the effort, though.
Oh, no doubt. We saw of the host Jethawks, Eric Batista, Spider-Man-esque scaling the fence to no avail. Take another look. That's not it. That was a hit. I believe that was the Reich RBI single. We'll get the home run replay at some point. Don't worry. We're just building the suspense as that's fouled off by Bio. He knows about home runs. Here we go,
does.
Roger. There.
That's got a great angle.
What's the launch angle on that one?
I have no idea.
What's the exit velo?
You know what?
92 miles per hour exit velo and 34-degree launch angle.
Okay, thank you, Sean.
I made those numbers up, but it seems
no one else knows it either.
Viable. Remember, it's a wooden bat, so if that's aluminum, then exit velo, I'm assuming, is well above 100. Well, we'll see what DiLorenzo does against Bio here. This is a guy who's burned just about every pitcher he's faced.
Bio's favorite athlete is Kenny Big Hands Pickett.
So maybe if things go all according to plan, he'll get a chance to see him in person.
Yeah.
Just a couple miles away at St. Vincent College here in Latrobe.
Open practice tomorrow, I believe.
Well, even if not, he should get VIP accommodations with the week he's having. That misses.
His favorite Legion memory is one of our coaches throwing firecrackers after a game. Interesting.
Got to be careful with that.
Uh-oh.
He crushes another one. Did he do it again? My goodness. Unbelievable. His second home run in as many innings, and Bio now has 5 for the tournament. If this was NBA Jam, Roger, he's on fire.
Indeed.
Well, I wish we had up to the second stats, but his OPS, I know one of your probably favorite stats.
Oh, yeah.
Coming into this tournament day, or coming into this day, was 2,967. Once again, his OPS was 2,967, or 2.967. Anything over like 900 is good. You can hear some of the chatter. They can't believe that people are still throwing a ball within 3 feet of the plate against Bio.
Right. Graduated from Quakertown, year 2022.
Well, so
Washington College.
I saw Bio Tuesday. Here's what he did Tuesday in the victory against Charleroi. Home run, which happened to be a 3-run homer. Walk, solo home run. Yesterday, here's what he did. Walk, solo home run, strikeout, boo, RBI single. In this game, home run, home run.
Yeah, if there was a video game, he'd be on the cover next year. Should be playable.
It is foul, but it is playable. And making the adjustment is Gilson for the out. That will do it for the inning, but a productive one for the Blue Jays. Quakertown plates 4, including back-to-back jacks by Pierce and Bio as we head bottom 3 It is now 5-1 in favor of the Blue Jays over the Dirtbags as we continue our coverage of the American Legion Baseball Pennsylvania Tournament presented by Elite Plumbing, Kitchens, and Baths in the Latrobe Route 30 Plaza on WSN.
Folks, I'd like to give a shout out to the workers of this tournament, the people who are selling programs and t-shirts, the gentlemen who were parking cars, and the overall young people who were running back and forth, running around the field, delivering things to people, running the 50-50. Jason Bush put together a great team of people, and I think we need to recognize all of them. Can we give all these tournament workers a hand, please?
Are you good at math, Roger?
Sean, I was a history major. There was a reason.
Okay.
Sean, this is a true story. I was terrible at math. When I went to nearby St. Vincent College, there were 2 majors that required no math classes, history and English. And if you were an education major in history, you got to take biology and chemistry for non-science majors. No, math and I never really got along.
So you probably would not be the person to ask to calculate Ethan Biles' updated slugging percentage.
No, but Ross over my left shoulder can certainly do that.
He did. I don't want to say mental math because that's not true. I pulled out the calculator, but I got it correct as well. Do you know how to calculate slugging as that first pitch is in for a strike? It's pretty simple.
I do not.
All that it is total bases divided by at-bats, as that's in for a strike. So you throw out walks in that scenario. They don't count, even though walks are obviously extremely beneficial. Slugging is only at-bats, not plate appearances, as that's taken for a ball. So you get the total bases. Obviously, a single is 1 base, a home run is 4 bases, divided by your at-bats. He now has 21 total bases in 8 at-bats, slugging 2.625.
Wow.
And then, as I mentioned, with all the walks he's drawn, he's got a robust on-base percentage, and so then you get the OPS, and it is otherworldly, to say the least, as the count's now full to Spinks.
Yeah, Spinks attends Chestnut Hill College. You know the mascot for Chestnut Hill?
I don't, but I'm going to guess the Chestnuts.
No.
I know
it.
As the voice from above chimes in, there's a leadoff single by Spinks.
It's the same mascot.
The Griffins.
Correct. Very good, Sean.
You didn't even have to finish your thought. I'm pretty sure I was actually here with Mark Kotarski when he said that, but
okay.
honest to goodness, Roger, I zone out a lot of times when he starts going off on tangents. But I do remember him saying there was 3 NCAA teams with the nickname Griffins.
Canisius?
Yes, which that's like taboo to say Canisius in front of him.
I know.
Because he was at Niagara for a period of time as Nelson takes ball 1. Well, Pierce staked to this big lead. I would think that's going to help his approach quite a bit on the mound.
Yeah, Millersville is the collegiate destination of L.J. Nelson here coming up in about a month.
Well, we know that they can play some baseball there.
Indeed they do.
The Marauders captured the Atlantic Super Regional against the aforementioned Seton Hill this past year.
Yep.
Chris Smith giggling at home right now.
I'm sure he is.
Word choice. There's a strike. If anyone wants to chime in, by the way.
What's his favorite word he likes to use?
Aforementioned.
Aforementioned,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
But he actually pronounces it aforementioned, which is not right, but that's okay. It's the effort that counts. If anyone would like to send us an email, including Chris Smith as the runner goes, that misses. Now a throw to second. Pretty good one, but it just eludes the glove of
it's
Everett.
going to be a close play now at
Yeah,
third.
and actually they're going to concede that. So tough break for Ron. It was a good throw, but it was not caught, so I believe, is that an E2?
Stolen base in an error.
That said, if you're on the Quakertown side, you can't really give Ron a hard time about that.
No.
That's a lower throw, but that's almost exactly where you want it.
2-1 is the count. No outs in the inning.
Anyway, before that action interrupt my thought, Roger, if someone wants to send us an email, how can they do so?
Well, on the upper right-hand portion of your screen, there is a small envelope. You can click on that envelope, follow the instructions, and your email will go to our producer, Dan, tucked away in the air-conditioned comfort.
Yeah, I don't know that he's agreeing with that comfort part. There's a strike.
Of the production truck.
That's what we call it.
There was once a long, long time ago an air conditioning unit that was on back here, but we tripped the breaker like 5 times.
There's a swing and a miss, and down goes Nelson for the first out.
Now
I like that he
number
said
11,
we tripped the
James
breaker,
Baker.
Right.
putting the blame on everyone.
Up steps James Baker, fan of filet mignon.
He fillets that one out to center, and that will work for an RBI single. Was that appropriate use of the term there?
Oh, indeed it was.
Okay, good.
Sean, you are an absolute wordsmith.
That's right. Well, that gets the Dirtbags back within 3 at 5-2. And right now, it's still early in the game, but they need to have some urgency, obviously.
Yeah, they do.
They can't afford to lose. Quakertown can.
Correct.
Now batting number 22, Eric David.
David, who scored the first run for the Dirtbags.
Nice off-speed pitch there.
A near 2-hour rain delay pushed this one back. We are now in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Low and inside.
David will be a senior at Pennsbury High School.
Runner goes.
That was stolen on the pitcher.
Yeah. Well, even if Ron was able to receive that one cleanly, no chance probably to get Baker.
No.
There's a look at Baker. Looks like maybe he was laboring briefly. Big swing and a miss there. Well, for those not familiar with this area, and probably anyone tuning in on behalf of Falls or Quakertown might not be super familiar with Latrobe, what are some of the destinations and sites that they should know about, Roger, as a lifelong Latrobe native that you are?
Well, in downtown Latrobe, there is a huge...
Now, I noticed you said Latrobe. That's intentional.
Yes.
Some call it Latrobe like I do, and that's a point of contention.
Yes, it is.
We're going to have a conversation here.
On Ligonier Street, there is a huge banana split, ceramic.
I was going to say, it's not an actual ice cream banana split. Yeah, that wouldn't last too long.
It is on the site of Strickler's Drug Store, which was...
I think they're
started with David Strickler, who made the first banana split. That might be a possible destination. St. Vincent College. And while you're at the college, you can go into the Fred Rogers Museum.
Well, I guess they said it was a hit by pitch to David. We saw the replay. It didn't look like it hit him.
Here's the replay. Let's take a look.
Unless, did they say catcher's interference?
I haven't the slightest idea.
If the catcher hit him in the
Now
batting helmet,
8,
would that constitute
Ryan.
catcher's interference?
I'm not sure.
There go both runners.
No throw.
Oh, this is turning into a real golden opportunity here for Falls. Again, I don't know for sure what was called on that allowed David to reach, but if whatever it was, it looks like they're keen on trying to take advantage with the running game.
Yeah, indeed. You could go up to the Arnold Palmer Regional Airport. Latrobe is the home of Fred Rogers and Arnold Palmer. Fred Rogers grew up in the 700 block of Weldon Street.
Well, now you told everyone they're going to go visit his house, Roger. Way to go. Now the cat's out of the bag.
There's a huge statue to him that you can actually sit next to in Fred Rogers Park. in downtown Latrobe. Little photo
Is there
opportunity.
a statue of him down on the North Shore too?
Yes.
That's between PNC Park and Heinz Field, now known as Acrisure Stadium. That misses. And so now the count is full to Kavanaugh.
Yeah, Kavanaugh's had a nice at bat. Attended Harry S. Truman.
To third. And it squeaks through Everett. Now here comes a play at the plate. And the ball not in the catcher's glove, so the run scores. I think we're going to get 2 errors on that play.
E6 and E5, E6.
So no RBI. And now a timeout, and probably a good one for the Blue Jays, as defensively things unraveling a little bit here.
Yeah, just a bit. So we have David at third, Kavanaugh at second, Baker scoring on the air. Nate Gilson will be getting into the batter's box. Looks like we're going to go to the bullpen a little bit.
Well, that's not a great start.
Straight switch, pitch in third. Pitcher in third.
All right, so Ty Everett will take over, and Brandon Pierce
Now pitching for
will
Quakertown.
replace him at
Number
third.
3, Ty Everett.
Well, some signs of life for Falls. It is now a 5-3 game, and they have the tying run at second base.
Indeed.
And it's been sort of an unusual way that this inning has unfolded.
Want to say hi to Linda Stanwicks, Cole Reich's grandmothers, both watching from Florida.
All right.
How about that? Yes, sir. And if you'd like to get in touch with us, as the guys said, just click on the email envelope on the top of the screen. If you're watching on our social media pages, you can send us a shout to info@westmorelandsports.com.
Folks, don't forget, we have Dairy Queen treats in the concession
see what happens this
stand.
inning here. This has
Buster
been
bars,
quite a
Billy
start to
bars,
this game. 8 runs scored
Darkness
already.
bars,
Indeed it has.
and ice cream
On only
sandwiches.
6 hits, 3
I
errors
know it's
in
a
the
little
contest.
warm out there, so a Dairy Queen treat might just hit the spot.
Those errors are all assessed on the Blue Jays.
Yes.
They committed 2 on that last play.
And
3 so far in this inning.
And that would account for all of their errors, right?
Yep, that is correct. So we'll see what Everett can do. He had not
Now
pitched much
batting
coming
number
into the
20,
tournament. Just
Nate
1.2
Wilson.
innings. Did not allow an earned run. Gave up 2 unearned runs.
Yeah. Nate Gilson, left-handed hitter. Nicky Gibbs is his nickname. Fan of Bryce Harper.
That's left-handed like Harper does.
His favorite music is jazz. His favorite performer, Stevie Wonder.
He's not really a jazz singer, is he? Would you?
I would not.
No. That's it.
Jazz.
I saw the
Something more like John Coltrane, perhaps.
I saw the Louis Armstrong.
There you
I
go.
don't know if it's museum or statue or whatever, but definitely the statue. Sometimes I mistakenly call him Louis Anderson. That's a different
There's
person.
a different person.
Yeah.
He's
Survey
a
says
comedian, is he not?
Yes. Hosted Family Feud for a while. Swing and a miss. And what was that cartoon? Flick will know this. What was the cartoon that he did the voice for? Bobby's World or something? Was that what it was called? He's really racking his brain back there. We'll get back to you on that.
Right.
2 on, 1 out. Hit
Could score a
certainly
run.
deep enough that it should score, as the catch is made by Reich, tagging up from third, and trotting home is David. It is now 5-4 on the sacrifice by Gilson.
Team baseball yet again by the Dirtbags.
And this has been
Now batting
a
number
resilient
9,
team.
Alex
Yes.
Matlack.
They got mercy ruled in 5 innings to open this tournament. For them to bounce back like this, and now they're 1 run away from getting back even against what looks like juggernaut Blue Jays team.
Alex Matlack enjoys mac and cheese.
I'm with them on that as Matlack takes ball 1 from the new pitcher, Ty Everett. Sparingly used on the mound this season. So Some heat inside there. 2-0. Runner at second in the form of Kavanaugh. And now the throwback. Did you find our answer yet, Flick?
I did not.
He gave up. He gave up trying.
I don't know. I put them in 3 hours ago. I don't remember who they are. Oh, yeah. I thought you could just leave it on.
It's now 3-0. That's down the plate. Thank you very much.
That's what I put, but
3-1. Inside, ball 4. So Matlack takes his base. So now 2 on for the number 8 hitter, Kenny.
Aiden Penny.
He had an RBI last inning. Here in the bottom of the third, both teams have put up a crooked number in this inning. 4 for Quakertown. 3 so far for the Dirtbags. That finds his zone.
Louis Anderson voiced Life with Louis, Sean.
Yes. Yeah, that's
I was going
right.
to say that. Yeah, that was Howie Mandel. Bobby's World was a good cartoon growing up.
Now 2-1. So Everett will wipe some dirt into his hand. Maybe trying to get a better grip on the ball. 2 on, 2 outs, bottom 3. Swing and a miss. That makes the count even.
Come on, 2 strikes.
Hey, two, come on, be on time, kid. Let's go. Hey, two, let's go, kid. Go, 2. Here you go, 2. Here you go, 2.
Called strike 3 as Everett retires Kenny. But 3 runs come across in the frame. And as a result, back to a 1-run game. It is 5-4 in favor of Quakertown over Falls as we head to the 4th. You're watching the Pennsylvania American Legion Baseball Tournament presented by Elite Plumbing, Kitchens and Baths, and the Latrobe Route 30 Plaza right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Like to say hello to Susan. Emails in. Kudos to all involved with this tournament, from parking to concessions to field maintenance. Outstanding job. And we actually got some love too. Says also enjoying the broadcast. Thank you. Charleroi Region 6 Champions fan. There we go. And yeah, Charleroi with a great run. And I'm sure we have many viewers that may not have a dog in the fight that's tuning in. Hopefully will be joining us for Championship Friday tomorrow as well. Thank you so much to everyone for tuning in all week long.
Myers.
All right, Roger, not great news for us here. The rain has returned.
Yeah, it is.
First pitch strike to Pete
long as
Myers.
if it just stays, a bit of a drizzle.
Well,
as long as there's no lightning,
yes,
no thunder.
You're looking at it from the baseball game side.
Yes.
From the video production side.
Oh, that's right. Dan's.
It is more problematic than that.
Well, then maybe Dan needs to get switched to.
These weather apps aren't worth anything.
Dan,
I have AccuWeather pulled up right now. It says no participation. Jeez, oh man, this is why I don't get to talk. No precipitation for at least 60 minutes. Folks, do you see what's happening right now? Yes, it's raining.
I would send a nasty email to Jason Green about this, as the count's now 1-2 on Myers.
I believe Jason's brother works for AccuWeather.
That's my preferred weather app.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah, at best, any of them is half right. That's fouled back.
Well, it's one of the few professions where you can be as wrong as can be and you keep your job.
Well, they say if you bat 300, you might end up in the Hall of Fame. Really, no one bats 300 anymore.
It's just like pitching a complete game.
That is true. This is weakly hit out to center. It's actually the second baseman,
nice
Baker.
play there by Baker.
He makes the catch in shallow center for the first out.
Next up, number 44, Caleb Everett.
I want to check something
Okay.
to see. I have a suspicion that there is probably under 10 players in Major League Baseball who are batting 300 currently. That's my suspicion. Obviously, I'm talking qualified
Foul
guys.
ball by Caleb Everett.
All right, so you ready, Roger?
Absolutely.
There are 9 players as of this. I don't know if this was heading into today or if this is updated live. There are 9 players in Major League Baseball with an average of 300 or higher.
Wowee.
Another one popped up. This time it's in the infield for Baker. And he records another out.
Yeah, nice job there by Baker. Didn't initially see that one in the lights here at Rosa-Oglietti Park. Recovered nicely.
Now batting
2 outs.
number 27, Tommy Kozlowski.
Shohei Ohtani is just shy of 300, by the way. He happened to throw a one-hit shutout. That is crushed. If it's fair, it's gone. It is foul.
Foul.
And I thought off the bat it probably would be, but have to wait and see. And the umpires had to wait a while.
Well, you know what? The umpire did a nice job. Went down the line, tracking the ball. No hesitation in his call. Called foul, albeit well struck by Tommy Koz.
That's got to be so frustrating. You crush it and by maybe a few feet miss a home run and instead get a strike.
Tommy Koz attends Eastern University.
There's a strike. Yeah, so Ohtani today, 1 hit, shutout pitching, and then 2 home runs in the second game of the doubleheader, the one that he didn't pitch in.
Oh, pretty good afternoon.
Yep. Here's the 0-2. The take by Kozlowski.
Kozlowski, the number 8 hitter in the lineup. Braxton Ron on deck. Should the inning stay alive?
You can see why these teams have made it here. I mean, that's a number 8 hitter, just absolutely hammering a ball, even though it does not count as a home run. He shows the power he possesses. Oh,
wow, what a grab there by the home plate umpire. Well done. See if we got a shot of that.
That's not even the home plate umpire, Roger. That's Enrico Palazzo behind the plate. No? Don't get the Naked Gun reference?
Nice play.
There's at least one viewer cracking up at that joke right now.
Foul.
That one stung foul. That's usually the typical audience for my comedy anyway. Nice.
He was almost screened by the catcher, yet coming up with the huge grab.
Might have a hockey goaltending background at some point in his life.
Let's hope his fingers are okay as well.
Yeah, that stinks sometimes. 1-2. Called strike 3 as Di Lorenzo punches him out. And a 0 goes up on the board. A 1-2-3 frame. No runs, no hits, no one left. We had bottom 4. It is 5-4 in favor of Quakertown. Over Falls, you're watching the Pennsylvania American Legion Baseball State Tournament presented by Elite Plumbing, Kitchens and Baths. in the Latrobe Route 30 Plaza, right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Got a couple tweets we want to pass along. Our man Dave Schilling is tuned in again. Let's go Dirtbags. Jake Schilling, Lyco Warriors Baseball. Also want to say hello to Garrett Stenberg. Tweeted at us. Always enjoy seeing the boys play. Go Dirtbags, never back down. Thank you guys so much. I'd have to say, looking at our emailers, I feel like there have been a lot of emailers from Falls. And I guess I'm putting the challenge out there to Quakertown folks to email in, but I don't know. I guess I don't have a working tally here, but I feel like we've heard a lot of dirtbag references. Maybe they're just calling me a dirtbag in the emails. I don't know.
I could definitely see that being the case as we move to the bottom of the fourth. A one-run game still. We've really run the gamut of games here, Roger. We have seen several end in 5 innings via mercy rule. We have seen several one-run games or games that came down to a late rally as well.
Yes. John Bagley will be the batter. Send a shout out to his mom, dad, Nate, Luke, and Sam.
Number 9 hitter for Falls. Both these teams making the long trek here to Latrobe.
John wants to join the electrical union. That's great. It's nice to see people still involved in the trades. There's no guarantee that a college education will give you success or a huge paycheck.
High throw.
Missed
and
him.
They did not get the tag. Bile tried.
That's going to err. Shortstop.
Now, first baseman, if they're good ones, can prevent a lot of errors for the rest of the infield. But Bile did everything he could, just could not get that tag on the runner. Bagley?
He could not. Spinks.
Well, the umpires are going to confer now. By the way, we saw all 4 umpires confer, and we were told officially it was a hit by pitch.
Safe.
All right.
Well, it's nice when you have a 4-man crew. You can get together. You can try to ensure as much as 100% accuracy as possible. Usually with a 2-man crew, much more difficult. Top of the order with Wyatt Spinks.
There goes the runner. Good pitch to throw on, but it's a little high. And so in safely is Bagley, number 9 hitter. Doing a good job, quickly turning an E6 into a man in scoring position.
Strike.
Got to take advantage of the opportunities you're given.
Yeah, Spinks a fan of Allen Iverson.
AI. The answer, not a good throw, look out. But the runner, Bagley, was laying flat, and so really had no hope to advance.
What a nice play by Tommy Kozlowski in center field. Covered a lot of ground on that wild throw. Going to get a dry baseball, I believe.
That's a good idea.
Looks like the rain has subsided for the moment.
Yep.
Oh, and here it comes again.
Roger, why would you do that? Come on, that's completely your fault.
Yep, it is. I'll take the blame. I've got big shoulders. Bubble.
Count 0-2 on Spinks.
Or maybe that's just coming off the trees there in left field into the lights.
No, it's raining. Wishful thinking.
Trying to think positive. Absolutely.
There it is. That just misses away.
That's a good take.
Did we send little Landon out to that center field camera to cover it up yet?
Not yet.
That misses in. 2-2.
I think Dan's lovely wife, Kelly, maybe you want to take that challenge on.
I don't know about that, as that bounces.
Full count now to the top of the order, representing by Wyatt Spinks.
This reminds me a little bit of that memorable night last year, Roger, up in Homer City.
Oh, my gosh.
There's ball 4, and so Spinks joins
Now batting
Bagley on
number
base,
one,
so the tying
LJ
and go-ahead runs
Nelson.
both on the base pass for Falls.
That was the Junior Legion Championship. Fog rolled in. Couldn't see left fielder.
That was a late night after a lengthy rain delay that we thought was going to wipe out play. So there's some similarities.
LJ Nelson to the plate.
That bunt's pulled back. Also, just to tie it all together, Roger, I had so much downtime with the game off in between and that long rain delay last summer that I actually visited Latrobe from Homer City.
You did.
In between.
I think you caught yourself a meal in between games.
Something like that. That's bunted. Yeah, I had some McDonald's. That's
your go-to
yeah,
usually.
I had some today. And then
And
Tom,
your app will get you free fries,
that's
right?
absolutely correct, yeah.
Devontae Smith is the favorite athlete of LJ Nelson.
Eagles receiver.
Did you get any of the Grimace shakes out there?
Don't, Roger, why would you do that to me? As bunt shown, and
Bubble.
it will go foul, and so now likely the bunt off. Unfortunately, it's been about 3 weeks since I've last tasted Grimace, as they, I think, only had it for exactly 1 month, maybe even less than that.
For a limited time.
Yeah, they weren't fibbing with that. Well, did you like the idea of the number 2 hitter bunting there? Obviously, it's probably off now, but
Yeah, you know what? 2 runners on, get 2 in scoring position. Number 3 hitter Baker up. He had a base hit his last time at bat. Got to play team ball.
and he does bunt and it hits
out.
him, and
He's
that
out.
is, yeah. I mean, it hit him out of the box anyway, but that was clearly going foul. That's the risk of trying to bunt when you have 2 strikes.
Next up, number 11, James Baker.
Runners will be sent back to their bases. How do you score that, Ross?
It's a strikeout, right?
Strikeout.
Okay.
Yeah, goes for a strikeout.
Thank you, sir. And Sean?
Oh, look out. But we continue to see Bagley getting a big lead at second.
He really, really is.
And you have to wonder, maybe he might try to get to third himself.
That's going to be a tough place, twisting away from the right fielder.
And a great sliding catch by Reich. So that goes for the second out. So Nelson on the strikeout, and now Baker unable to advance the runner. So now there's 2 outs with 2 on.
Next up,
Tell you what,
number
Sean, and
22,
any of the folks maybe
Eric
tuning in, you might want to
David.
circle that play.
Yeah, I'll
Keep
put a
it in
little
your
plus
memory
next to it.
bank. It was a very, very nice sliding catch.
Well, now David. He has been on twice without swinging the bat.
No official at bats, 2 appearances.
And that
That'll
gets
do
through.
it.
Myers up with it.
He
and,
slipped.
Yeah, I don't think that's a situation where Bagley was going to really try to test his arm anyway.
I don't
but
think he
to your
was.
point, he did slip. But now the bases are loaded, and you have Kavanaugh coming to the plate. So David
Next up,
has been on
number
base
8, Ryan
all
Kavanaugh.
3 times.
Well, if you're a fan of the Falls, this would be the right time for young Mr. Kavanaugh to strike. Jacob deGrom is his favorite athlete.
DeGrom's a guy that's, oh man, just what could have been for him, unfortunately, with
Yes.
injuries. Part of the game. That misses.
Kavanaugh graduated recently from Harry S. Truman High School.
And it is extremely humid right now. And
It
I'm sure
is.
that the players are feeling that as well. As there's a strike, so it's now 2-1. Kavanaugh, a strikeout victim in the second, reached on an error last inning, 3rd time in 3 innings that he's been at the plate.
Yeah, I'm sure he wants to kind of cash in on this opportunity.
Another one, it's a long run for Reich. Goes into foul territory. He
dropped
can't
it.
make the catch, but it is a foul ball. And so fortunate for Heat and the Blue Jays that it wasn't foul territory.
Yes. Umpire, again, in good position to make that call.
Well, if that's in fair territory, 2 runs certainly score.
Indeed, with the runners moving on contact, 2 outs in the inning.
He said no error on that. This is hit well out to center. Kozlowski looking up. It's over his head into the fence. 1 run is in. Here comes the second runner. And just that quickly, it is the Dirtbags back in front. Well, you give them second life, and
Yes.
a team, usually a quality team, will make you pay.
And indeed, that is certainly the case here at Rosa-Oglietti Park.
So Bagley
Next up,
and
number
Spinks
20,
both score.
Nate.
David to third, Kavanaugh at second. Nate Gilson, the first baseman, stepping up.
Outside corner strike.
Good location.
Well, we've seen Pierce and now Everett, and Falls has had some success against both of them by really kind of just taking advantage of what's given to them.
Indeed, they have.
The errors have loomed extremely large for a Blue Jays team that has been so good previously in this tournament.
Nate's favorite TV show is Breaking Bad. He'd like to break this game open if he could.
I was going to go there too. Doesn't want to break his bat probably. So the count now 1-2. 7th batter of this inning. That's out of play.
Let's go, baby. Have a baby here. Let's go. Let's go, 2-0. Do a job now. Come on. Hey, Nate, find me a piece of it. We're big 2-0 right now. Let's go, kid. Hey, Nate. Let's go, Nate. Let's go, Nate.
They appeal, no swing. That's a good hold and a good take by Gilson.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners at second and third, 2 outs.
It feels like this game is not going to finish at 6-5.
I would agree with that.
That is pulled, and a nice catch by Bile, who continues to prove that he is amongst the very best on this field all week. However, a couple of runs come across. Dirtbags take the lead back 6-5 as we have played 4. 8 hits combined, but the teams have totaled 11 runs. We will head to the 5th. You're watching the Pennsylvania American Legion Baseball Tournament presented by Elite Plumbing, Kitchens, and Bath in the Latrobe Route 30 Plaza here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Got an email from another fan of the Dirtbags. Sabrina says, keep playing hard, Dirtbags. Shout out to Nate and LJ sending love from back home with a heart emoji. Thank you, Sabrina.
It's been a wild 4 innings. It is 6-5. Falls over
Leading off for Quakertown, number 5.
Sean Myers, Roger Downs here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Our
Braxton
producer, Dan
Ron.
Flickinger. Second game of the day. A little later than we expected. Weather played a factor in that with a delay that spanned nearly 2 hours, although the game never had actually started. It just got pushed back because of the rain, as Ron can't make contact with the first pitch from DiLorenzo.
Ron enjoys crab legs.
Seems like a lot of work. That misses as the count's now 1-1.
For little meat, so to speak.
Roger, I was just mentioning to you how I am sweating right now. I would imagine for these players, it is, you have to be just sucking down water or sports drink at this point.
Yeah, they really should be.
You don't think as much in baseball of cramping and things of that nature. You often see it in football, maybe basketball, but yeah, it certainly could be a factor.
I think everyone here today is going to enjoy a very nice shower this evening or tonight.
It's a good take as DiLorenzo puts that one in the dirt. I think we're hopefully clear of the rain again. High in the air, not all that deep out to right. It's the right fielder, David, who makes the call and puts it away.
Yeah, you could hear the call from David here in the press box calling for the ball. Nice communication
Now batting number
between
23,
Eric David, the right
Danny
fielder, and James
Quakertown.
Baker, the second baseman.
Can't sit there, guys. Can't be behind your back. Gotta be in the dugout.
Hey, stop, let's go ahead. 2-3, home baby, get a bag. Get a bag.
Top of the order.
Quakertown.
Takes that away. Feels like it's been a while since we've seen him at the plate. I guess a lot of these innings have taken quite a while, including that bottom of the fourth.
Right. He's a fan of SpongeBob.
That misses away. With a win, Quakertown would stay perfect and then would have 2 chances to win 1 game in the championship tomorrow.
Correct.
With a loss, then we get Falls and Paxton, and then whoever wins that plays Quakertown, and that's a winner-take-all. Did I get those scenarios right? Yes.
Well, right now, Quakertown represents the top of the order, and you've got kind of like reminds me of the old Yankees murderers row coming in line with the long ball hitters.
Oh, we've seen Pierce and Bile go back-to-back. We've seen Bile hit 2 homers as there's a walk, and really not competitive pitch there at 3-0 for
Next up,
DiLorenzo.
number 8, Cole Wright.
Cole Reich with the fine defensive play. Sliding catch. Golf is his hobby, and he enjoys one of my favorite shows, The Office.
I always wonder, does golf take away from a baseball swing?
I don't know.
That's popped up, but will drift out of play. I know that there's a lot of hockey players that also play golf.
Right.
But I would think baseball and golf, that you could maybe mess up a swing. Obviously, he hasn't affected him, right?
Absolutely not.
Batting number 2 in a, as you said, stacked lineup. Well, we've seen Quakertown steal already.
Yes.
And I think DiLorenzo remembers that.
Well, you want to try to keep him close, but you do not want your concentration to wane to the batter in the box who has the bat in his hand that can definitely hurt you.
Well, we could see, I don't know if we picked it up there in time, Quakertown really started to extend that lead, and then some of the teammates, I believe, for Falls
Yeah, that was Nate Gilson letting him know that he was.
told DiLorenzo to step off.
Yes. Good teamwork there.
That's a take for a ball. We have surpassed 10 o'clock here, a late night with the rain pushing things back. There goes the runner. It's a ball, throw to second, not in time. And Quakertown able to keep his foot on the bag.
Good thing.
So he gets the steal, gets in scoring position as he tries to get his team back even. And the count, since that one missed, is 2-1 to Reich.
2-1 to Reich. Brandon Pierce on deck.
And he's going to be tough to face regardless, but you don't want to face him with 2 runners on base. That nearly clipped him.
Almost.
Well, at this point, if you're Di Lorenzo, you are, I'm sure, thinking about the next 2 guys on deck.
Be hard not to.
They both have homered, with Bile homering twice.
Drop the ball.
And I know it's going to depend on what happens to Reich and Pierce, but I don't think that unless they absolutely have to, they can pitch to Bile at this point. They throw again. Quakertown is in Di Lorenzo's head. There's a strike,
There he
pops
goes.
out of the glove. And so that's a pass ball. Quakertown now the tying run 90 feet away.
It's a good decision by Nelson not to uncork a wild throw.
Yeah, we have seen mistakes or errors compounded. We've seen it earlier in this game.
Yes.
1 error on a play turns into 2 errors. Not that that's an error for the pass ball, but same idea. Well, that's going to at least get him home. It might do more damage than that as it is gone. And now the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the order for the Blue Jays have all left the yard. Fourth homer of this game for the Blue Jays, and they, just that quickly, back in front.
They are a dangerous bunch.
Next up, number 12, Brandon Pierce.
We've seen them win it by shutting teams out. That's not happening here tonight, but it still might not matter because their offense has more than held its own.
It has. Brandon Pierce enjoys snowboarding.
Surprised that Di Lorenzo's still in.
Well,
again, though, you're playing now on Thursday. Teams are starting to maybe run thin on options if things didn't go perfectly according to plan on Monday, Tuesday,
Indeed.
and Wednesday.
It's hard to overcome that.
good location there on the outside part of the plate. '70th pitch coming up.
Popped up. Pierce is frustrated as Spinks makes the catch.
Going to get some action in the dirtbag bullpen. Try to make out the jersey number here
Well,
in the dark.
We got the
Now
binoculars to see
batting,
if they help.
number 11, Ethan Bile.
Could be a 5.
I think 25 is
Okay.
my guess.
Looks like a single digit to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just 5 then. That misses away. So do you throw anything close to a strike over the heart of the plate here?
Actually, you know what I would do with him? I'd put him on.
Well, if this pitch misses, they might just go ahead and do that anyway. That's fouled back. Got one to swing at, but Bile could not take advantage on that offering at least. The problem with the binoculars, Roger, is it's catching too much of this netting. It's focused on that.
Exactly.
1-1. Swing and a miss. Good pitch there by Di Lorenzo. Looks like he doesn't want to shy away from Bile here.
Well, and Bile, to his credit, with a mighty hack,
Yeah. Well, he's got 2 home runs already. I think he's thinking that he can get the hat trick. Takes that one.
Ty Everett on deck.
Because they were good size. And sometimes when you get a big one, they're going to be tough. These are not
Ball 3. Watch the catcher here. Nelson went through a myriad of signs with nobody on. Let's see if he does it again. Just something I picked up on that last pitch. Yep, with nobody on second base, that seems like a lot, doesn't it? There's the payoff. Ball 4, another walk for Bile. DiLorenzo did attack him, but ultimately he loses him.
Next up, number 3, Ty Everett.
Goes by Tiger. Enjoys fishing and weightlifting.
That's the 3rd walk DiLorenzo is issued. The 2nd this inning. The first one was costly because Qualteria scored on the home run by Reich. And I do wonder, and there's no way to say for sure, DiLorenzo seemed like he was very concerned about Qualteria.
Yes, his
And then Reich takes him yard.
his concentration, maybe not where it should have been. It should be playable.
Yeah, it's on the infield. It looks like first baseman Gilson wants it, and he's got it. So that'll do it, but a 2-run homer has the Blue Jays back in front. They now lead 7-6. It's time for the 5th inning stretch, brought to you by Independence Health System, formerly Excella Health, Expert Care. Here. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. You're watching the Pennsylvania American Legion Baseball State Tournament presented by Elite Plumbing, Kitchens, and Bath. And in Latrobe, Route 30 Plaza, it is here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Last call for the concession stand. Last call for the concession stand.
Have a few emails to get to. Want to say hi to Jackie. She says, "Let's go, Dirtbags. Never give up. We're all cheering for you from home." Let's see. Thanks to all the Blues, the coaches, and announcers. We appreciate all you do. Thank you, Jackie, for that email. A couple more. Danielle says, "Let's go, Truman Boys." The Dirtbags there. Message from Brian. Bearded Funkle Brian. Sending support and good luck to his 2 favorite dirtbag nephews, Gilson and Nelson. Proud of you, boys. Thank you very much, Brian. And Dennis Frizzy also sends an email. It's a little bit long here. I have loved your coverage all week. I'm the assistant attorney director next week in Morgantown, West Virginia for the American Legion Mid-Atlantic Region Tourney with the state champions from Pennsylvania, West Virginia, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Ohio, and a second team from Pennsylvania, and the host team, Morgantown, West Virginia. He says he's excited to watch these games to see which 2 teams advance to next week. Both teams will have the best week of their baseball lives. Congratulations to all 8 teams at the PA State Championship. Can't wait for next week. Sincerely, Dennis Frizzy. So, yeah, that's cool. So I guess there's 2 teams, guys, that advance? Like both teams in the championship?
We were told Quakertown, with their win last night, already secured a spot, since at worst they would lose in a championship game. At worst.
Yeah, so Dennis is the assistant tournament director of that next tournament there in Morgantown.
Well, once again, playing from behind, we'll see what Falls can do here with the bottom of the order. Matlack leading off.
Matlack is a fan of the Lego Batman movie.
That's combining a couple things there.
Yes.
Batman and Legos. 1-0 pitch. That's in there. I would think, if you're Falls, it's got to be a little frustrating to really be playing well offensively. Oh, look out. That one nearly clipped him, just able to get out of the way. And it feels like every time they take the lead, it's erased, or every time they battle back, then Quakertown responds. Counts 2-2.
Well, Quakertown relying on the long ball here in the nightcap.
That's fouled back.
Aiden Kenny on deck.
So Quakertown led 1-0. Falls tied it at 1. Then Quakertown led 5-1. Falls got back within a run at 5-4. Swing and a miss. And so there's a strikeout for Everett. And then the Dirtbags got the lead by scoring twice in the 4th inning, so they were up 6-5. But
Now batting number
2
2,
runs in the top
Aiden
half of this frame
Kenny.
has the Blue Jays in the lead once again.
Aiden Kenny, fan of Henry Ruggs III.
That misses. Kenny, an RBI fielder's choice, and then a strikeout looking. Out of play. Bottom of the 5th inning of a 7-inning regulation game. We haven't had many games this high scoring, have we?
I don't
With
believe
both
so.
sides contributing to the scoring. We've seen some double-digit offensive outputs that are one-sided affairs.
Yeah, definitely with some of the run rule
Yeah.
coming into play. But here, this is a lot of runs in a competitive matchup.
Bounced to short. Qualteria almost got behind him. Looked like he reached back, but he makes the play. And so Kenny's the second out.
Next up, number 33, John Begley.
And these guys have played, I think they're going to maybe check that baseball. These guys have played enough that they can make the adjustments. But take a look here. You have to certainly think that this field is playing a heck of a lot different now than the previous games these teams have played.
Indeed.
Begley. That was an offer, and so it goes for a strike.
In his free time, Begley enjoys riding his quad.
I think a lot of professional athletes, once they sign big contracts, they basically are not allowed to do stuff like that typically.
Right.
Oh, that hops up. And so that will allow the inning to continue.
It's going to go as an error, Sean.
Goes on Pierce. Well, I mentioned that the field's probably playing a little different. And so the defensive struggles
Now batting number 6,
continue.
Wyatt Spinks.
That is the 5th error. All against Quakertown.
And they have 5 big hits as well.
Yeah. It has been a somewhat bizarre game. Quakertown, coming into this game, had made 2 errors. That's through 3 games. There's a strike. Spinks now behind 0-2. Tying run is on base. Top of the order. Spinks has reached 2 straight times. There goes the runner. It's a high pitch, and the throw gets out to center field. I think actually the second baseman Everett, knowing he couldn't catch it, almost no-sold it as a little bit of a bluff as Begley gets the steal.
Again, a nice job by the center fielder backing up the play.
Let's look at the second baseman. It's a little weird to see that. I'm thinking he did that almost to try to hold the runner. As it won't matter, a swing and a miss brings an end to the inning as Spinks goes down. Good pitch by Everett, who gets him to chase. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left. We have played 5. We head to the 6th. It is 7-6. Quakertown over Falls. It is the 2023 Pennsylvania American Legion State Tournament presented by Elite Plumbing, Kitchens, and Bath on the Latrobe Route 30 Plaza right here on WSN.
939.
Did you win, Roger?
919 939.
Did you lose?
You can collect your winnings
Nope.
in
There
the
you go.
concession stand.
We head to the 6th inning, a one-run game.
Now batting number 21, Peyton Myers.
First pitch strike to Peyton Myers as Quakertown looks to tack on in this seesaw battle. Blue Jays lead 7-6. If they win this game, they stay perfect. And heading to the final day tomorrow, they could win the first game and end it.
Yep.
They could lose the first game, win the second game, and still be champs.
Peyton Myers enjoys peanut butter and jelly.
They would have 2 chances to defeat Paxton in that scenario.
Right.
I mentioned this before, not with you as the analyst. Peyton Myers is also a local athlete.
He is.
Different person, fouled out of play.
Hockey player. He's going to go to the state of Massachusetts to play junior hockey.
And
Going
you
to give
know,
that a try?
you know his dad's name.
I do.
Sean Myers.
Sean Myers,
Often confused for me.
as opposed to Seth Myers.
Yes. 2-2. That is hit right to the first baseman, Gilson. Didn't have to move, makes the catch as he retires Myers.
Well positioned.
That's a good feeling, right?
Oh, yeah.
Next up, number 44, Caleb Everett.
Now Everett. At this level, and maybe you know the answer, maybe you don't, because it could vary. We saw Gilson where he was positioned. Is that something where these managers and coaches kind of just trust the knowledge of their players most of the time, as opposed to micromanaging and moving them a foot left or right on every given pitch?
Yeah, and you just never know if there is a scouting report out there, if there's some video out there, or maybe they're just defending based on the pitch selection as well.
Yep. Everett has the count 2-0 in his favor, that being Caleb.
Caleb's a fan of Ellie De La Cruz.
Who isn't right now in Major League Baseball. The rookie phenom for the Cincinnati Reds. That's a strike. One thing we have learned is you don't taunt him on the scoreboard.
Oh, my goodness. That was wonderful to see that.
And I think, was it Milwaukee? They had some fun with it afterwards.
Yeah,
and
with
said,
the
we're not
scoreboard.
going to say anything about him anymore.
That he had a home run taken away by the center fielder, and they put that up on the scoreboard at his next at bat, and I believe he hit it out of the stadium.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a good pitch there from Di Lorenzo. It's not been a pretty effort for him, but he is battling here.
He certainly is.
Working deep in this game. He has given up some absolute blasts, but I think every manager, coach at every level of baseball appreciates someone who's going to go out there and continue battling, even if they've been hit hard.
It's nice to see Caleb Everett playing baseball.
Right back to Di Lorenzo,
Yeah.
and he'll toss it over.
He had a spinal surgery a year ago.
Oh, yeah, that could be career ender. Obviously not the case here, thankfully, as he grounds out.
Next up, number 27,
brings Kozlowski.
Tommy Kozlowski.
0 for 2 to the dish.
We'll send out a shout out to Nick Kozlowski.
Well, if Di Lorenzo can get this back to the dugout, a 1-run deficit, Falls has been able to score 6 runs already. You feel like you're going to be in a decent spot playing as the home team.
Exactly. But we know what Quakertown did yesterday in the 7th inning.
Well, that is true. You'd still rather have the lead than not if your Falls going to the 7th, though.
Indeed.
Two and out. I don't know if you agree with this or not, Roger. The games that I have seen, obviously there's been pitching changes, but there hasn't been a lot of changes in terms of bringing new bats into the lineup.
Not at all.
Fouled back, and obviously you make it this far, you kind of know what works.
Yeah, if you have having success, which all the 8 teams that were here in Latrobe this week, you don't mess with it. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. I'm sure the batting order hasn't changed much throughout the entire season. Coaches and managers,
certainly not down the stretch of the season.
Yeah, not significantly anyhow. May have had to make some changes. Maybe if some folks were not available. Maybe if there were some injuries that may have taken place as well.
Well, Quakertown, they got an outstanding pitching performance from Cooper Nattison last night, and he actually wasn't here to start the tournament. He was on vacation. Pulled foul as the count goes full.
Well, that's a credit to him and his family, realizing the seriousness or the magnitude of this tournament in Latrobe, Pennsylvania at Rosa-Oglietti Park.
I believe he said he was in Georgia.
Wow.
Payoff? Foul back.
Probably warm down there as well.
Yeah, that is accurate. Might be arguably the hottest day of the year tomorrow.
That's what people were saying.
So that's going to be a factor, you would think. Di Lorenzo again. This continues to get the pitch count up.
Yeah, Tommy Caw is doing a great job.
Ron, the number 9 hitter on deck, he's reached via walk so far tonight. Kozlowski's 0 for 2, trying to change that. Another one fouled off, and this continues to elevate the pitch count. What's Di Lorenzo at now?
Pitch count, Ross?
99.
99.
Now you can go to 105 and then finish an at-bat, but long story short, he's getting close to the end as he gets the strikeout there, wins the lengthy battle, and authors a 1-2-3 frame. No runs, no hits, no one left. We head bottom 6. Quakertown up by a single run, 7-6. Falls coming to bat. You're watching the Pennsylvania American Legion Baseball Tournament presented by Elite Plumbing, Kitchens, and Baths in the Latrobe Route 30 Plaza here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Stacy checks in with us. Keep playing hard, Dirtbags. LJ, you are rocking behind that plate. Sending love from home. That is from Aunt Stacy. Message from Barbara. I'll tell you what, I'll get to Barbara's question here in a moment. I want to say hi to the Hobson family, cheering for our favorite Dirtbag. Go Nelly. That's LJ Nelson. And that is from the Hobsons. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that. Sean has his headphones on, so I'm going to hit you with this question. Why has Quakertown secured a spot in the next level? Wouldn't it be the 2 teams playing in the championship game tomorrow, Paxton and then the winner tonight?
Yes. So the answer is it is the 2 teams playing in the championship, but Quakertown is guaranteed to play in the championship, win or lose. And it's sort of a weird way of looking at it, because if they lose, they have 1 loss. Falls has 1 loss. Paxton has 1 loss. So in a sense, all 3 teams would be tied. However, I believe the team that is guaranteed a spot in the championship is the team that goes undefeated the longest, more or less. And so that would be Quakertown. So they would play what would in that case be the second and final game tomorrow if they lose, against the winner of Falls and Paxton.
Defensive change.
Was that a good
Number
explanation?
1,
There we go.
LJ
I got the
Nelson.
thumbs up.
For Quakertown, Braden Schuler now in left field, number 1.
Taking over for Peyton Myers.
Send a shout out to his parents, Corey and Tracy.
First pitch ball to LJ Nelson.
He's going to attend Penn State Altoona for finance. There's a nice shot. We haven't got a shot of the moon, but it's up there right now.
Yeah, I believe it is up there. That's not quite a moon shot. It is on the edge of the outfield grass, and it's the shortstop, Qualteria, who makes the catch, retiring Nelson.
Kind of impressed with both
Next up,
teams
number
here
11,
tonight, Sean,
James Baker.
that we really haven't played a lot of baseball under the lights in this tournament.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
But they all have adapted very well to the lighting here at Rosa-Oglietti Park. They have not lost any balls anywhere. They are definitely locked in with their concentration. They're doing a really nice job, both the Dirtbags and the Blue Jays.
Sans batting gloves, Baker at the plate. The count 0-1 to him. Mark Marizaldi loved the no batting gloves for anyone last
indeed.
night. A throwback of sorts. He said all you need is some dirt.
All you need is some pine tar.
Hey,
1-1. Another one skied. Foul. Could be playable, but it is not. That's where I depend on you and watching the monitor because it's out of my vantage point.
Correct.
Did we get a change with Pierce taking over at first?
First and third base.
Okay.
also switched.
So Bio and Pierce flip-flopped.
Oh, interesting.
I'm going to have to get you some cough drops, Roger. You got another day ahead of you still.
I know. We'll be
Not
fine.
Put that on Flick's tab.
Oh, absolutely.
What was the banana split place?
Strickler's Drugstore.
Do you think you can get some there?
It's now closed,
Oh, well, that won't help. Then.
but in the Lowe's Plaza is the Valley Dairy. Very close to the original are their banana splits.
1-2. Called strike 3 as Baker's rung up. 5th strikeout now for Everett.
Next up, number 22, Eric David.
And now the cleanup hitter, David. It is just a one-run game, so one swing of the bat could tie things.
That's your warning.
And now a warning issued to, I believe, one of the Dirtbags, or maybe just the dugout as a whole.
Well, a little bit of frustration starting to boil over from the Dirtbag dugout.
And I don't know for sure, but Baker did just strike out, so you wondered maybe if it was him or one of his coaches kind of on his behalf.
Well, he struck out looking, which
Yep, he just saw it right there.
Eric Davids, pickleball player, foul ball.
Man, pickleball is taking off. It is
Yeah.
a phenomenon. I've never played it.
I've never have either, but I know the tennis,
I like tennis and I like ping pong, so I might like it.
there are like 3 or 4 tennis courts in downtown Latrobe in Legion Keener Park.
And it's, I mean, obviously.
and one has been transformed into a pickleball area.
Yeah, David obviously is a great athlete, so I'm guessing he's good at it. I'm thinking it's probably got to be a really good workout. I know tennis is.
Yes.
So that's one way. If you want to stay in shape outside of baseball, that'll probably do the trick. Takes that inside.
Eric David, under his uniform on his left sleeve, there is some armor protection, if you will.
That's smart. Swings and misses there. A little bit of a wild chase as the count goes even. It is 2-2. Nobody on, 2 outs. Bottom 6. Falls trailing by a single run.
Ty Everett doing a nice job.
They'll have the last at bat if they don't score here. Count now full.
Good velocity there. Make the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Ty Everett, payoff pitch. That's hit well out to left. And that will get to the fence on a hop. Schuler, Justin Serta gets it in. They're going to have a play at second. And out. I don't know what happened there to David, but he is gunned down as he got a single and either lost his footing, maybe lost sight of the baseball. But he is out, advancing to second to bring an end to the 6th inning. Roger, that is a bizarre play. Don't know what happened, but
I'll tell you, in my own humble opinion, what happened.
We got a replay here.
I think he thought it was a home run. Look at,
And
he
so
didn't run.
And so in that case, that's happened to major league players.
It has.
But you got to keep it at a single, right? You can't make up and try to stretch it out. So that's tough.
No.
Tough for David. He smoked that ball, thought it was gone. It wasn't, but he compounded it by trying to stretch it into a double. You're not going to be happy with the single, but better a single than out. So that does bring an end to the inning.
And what happens is he's rounding first base. That play is in front of him in left field. He has to be able to read that left fielder gaining possession of the ball, and what a nice throw to the second base bag as well.
Well, certainly a learning moment as we head to the 7th. It is still 7-6 in favor of Quakertown.
DH is going to pitch.
We
A little earlier, I was reading the email from Dennis Frizzy, the assistant tournament director for the tournament next week in Morgantown, West Virginia. He is actually watching our broadcast right now, sitting on his pontoon boat in the middle of the Susquehanna River across from the Capitol, the state capitol, and he has his dog with him. 82-degree night, he says, and the Harrisburg Senators are playing hundreds of feet from him.
Oh, wonderful.
Pretty cool.
And I hope he's enjoying our broadcast.
Well, depending on which team you're cheering for, you might enjoy or might not enjoy the 7th inning, as it's a one-run game. First pitch from Aiden Kenny, who takes over on the mound, replacing DiLorenzo, misses. And so Roger quickly explained Kenny, the DH, now pitching, what that means.
That means there's no longer a DH in the lineup for Falls.
Swing and a miss.
Is this a pinch hitter?
Number 2.
It's Mike Racino batting.
Say hello to his dad, Mike the Third, and mother Diane. He will be going to King's College. His ultimate goal is to become a Pennsylvania State Trooper, and we wish him well. Go there to Hershey, the Pennsylvania State Police Academy.
And now timeout. And just to circle back and finish the thought, so you said they lose the DH.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now, that changes nothing in their lineup.
That is correct.
Because Kenny was the DH.
Mm-hmm.
But if they replace him, whoever comes in then bats in that spot.
Correct.
And Kenny would be out unless he, I guess if he goes somewhere in the field, you can swap someone else out, nonetheless.
Michael, the pinch hitter, is a fan of Jason Kelsey.
That misses to Rashino. For my money, the second best tight end in the NFL. But I'm saying that as a 49ers fan.
George Kittle.
Yep, that's my pick.
What about Travis Kelsey?
Is that not what you said? Oh, you said the other Kelsey.
Jason Kelsey.
Oh, my mistake. As 3-1, 3-1 is the count. I hear Kelsey, and first thing I thought of was the Kansas City tight end.
Indeed.
That's a strike. So the pinch hitter now has a full count, and he's seen plenty of Kenny at this point, and he's also given his teammates a chance to see the new pitcher a little bit. Slowly to second, Baker.
Bobbled it.
Yeah. And Quakertown maybe can take advantage of an error now. We have seen it work the other way so many times.
Indeed we have. It's going to be the top of the order.
Now batting number 23.
Terry is a good hitter.
Qualteria.
And then the three behind him have all homered.
Yes. It is not going to be an easy inning number 7 for Aiden Kenny.
And that hit him in, I believe, the foot or maybe that protective shin guard.
It is hit by pitch.
And so now things go from bad to worse for Kenny. 2
Next
on,
up, number
and he
8,
faces Reich, who homered last time.
Reich.
Cole Reich, his favorite musical group is the Zac Brown Band.
You like them.
I think it's like Little White T-shirt or something like that. It's pretty good. Like Chicken Fried.
Yeah, that's that song.
That one, yeah.
That misses.
So, yes.
Reich at the plate. Pierce on deck. Bile in the hole. 3 imposing bats who have all left Rosa-Oglietti Park tonight. 1-0.
Just a bit low.
Yeah, just missed. That's a good pitch, but Reich laid off.
Well, no outs in the inning.
Well,
Runners at first and second.
If you're the Blue Jays, you think you got to get a run here, but I don't expect that they're going to play any small ball with these hitters.
They're going to do what they do that have made them successful this entire season in American Legion baseball.
That well inside. Kenny's struggling to find it right now. 3-0. Two on, nobody out. Top of the 7th, a 1-run lead for the Blue Jays. That's in there.
Brandon Pierce on deck. He now at third base.
You confused me for a second. You mean he's playing third base? Okay, I was going to say he's not at third base. He's on deck.
Or is he at first base now, trading places with Bile?
Yeah, he's at first.
Okay. That's what I thought I heard everyone say.
Started at pitcher.
Yeah.
Kenny against Reich. Defense playing pretty much straight up here. Swing and a miss. How about that for Kenny as he gets a crucial first out sitting down Reich.
Yeah, he certainly did. It gets no easier, though.
Next up, number 12, Brandon Pierce. Braden Pierce.
Maybe a little up.
No, Brandon.
It's Brandon.
Brandon Pierce. It's a late night.
As whatever his name is, Pierce deposits this one out to center. And now the base is loaded. Look at that arm by Kavanaugh.
Wow.
Runner was not going anyway, but probably with good reason when you see that throw. And so Brandon Pierce comes up with a single.
And now
batting number 11,
Ethan Bile.
Ethan Bile.
Well, if there's one person you did not want to see at the plate with the bases loaded if you're Falls, it's probably Ethan Bile.
He 2 home runs and a walk. He's 2 for 2.
Believe it or not, Roger, this is the second time that he's had 2 home runs and a walk in a game in this tournament. And that is smoked. And, oh, what a catch by Begley, but it will easily score a run. And so if you're the Dirtbags, you're probably fortunate that that's simply a sac fly to make it 8-6.
Yes, Michael!
That might have been one of the hardest hit balls of the entire game.
That resulted in an
Next
out.
up, number 3, Ty Everett.
Watch it again here on the replay.
No one advances other than Rashino scoring from third. That's a heck of a catch.
It'll bring up Ty Everett.
That's a big insurance run.
Fan of Bryce Harper.
Misses away. Everett looking to get his first hit, 0 for 3.
Two outs in the inning.
Keep in mind how the bottom of the 6th ended, with Falls maybe missing an opportunity as that's in for a strike. And now Clearly momentum on the Blue Jays side as they've tacked on one so far.
What I'd like to see with runners at second or sometimes even runners at third, I would like to see the shortstop or the second baseman back up the throw from the catcher to the pitcher. You don't want to give anyone a free base at any time in the ball game, not being critical, just a coaching point.
A chase there by Everett. The count 1-2. Top 7, 8-6. Blue Jays looking to stay perfect. We mentioned they're already going to be playing the final game tomorrow, the championship game. If they win, they'll have 2 cracks at it tomorrow. And there's a swing and a miss. And look out. That will complete the strikeout. A little bit of a high throw, but the side is retired. Couple of strikeouts in the frame for Kenny, but a big insurance run comes across. There was 1 hit, 1 error, 2 left. We had bottom 7, 8-6. Quakertown in front. Falls looking to forge a comeback. We'll continue the American Legion Baseball Pennsylvania Tournament presented by Elite Plumbing, Kitchens, and Bath in the Latrobe Route 30 Plaza on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Couple of defensive changes here for the Blue Jays as Westmoreland Sports Network favorite Vinny Pellegrini takes over at first. And now going behind
Leading
the
off
plate
for Falls, number
is
8,
number 12, Brandon
Ryan
Pierce, who has
Kavanaugh.
been all over defensively. And it is hitters 5, 6, and 7 now up for Falls, needing 2 to keep this game going, 3 to walk it off.
Yes, indeed.
You were talking to Vinny during the rain delay, Roger.
Yes, he actually said, if you need anybody to eat up some time for you guys up there, I'll be glad just to chat away.
He agreed to be mic'd up.
Kavanaugh leading off.
He agreed to be mic'd up, I was told as well. You know, when we do our wrestling broadcast, we do mic up the referees.
Yes. Have not gotten that to the player level yet as Kavanaugh comes up empty.
I'd be afraid to put that on the air sometimes.
Yep, that's true.
Well, wrestling, it's the referee that has the mic. Here I want to mic up a ball player.
0-1. That misses. Well, just to put this in perspective, obviously if it Falls loses, the season is over for the Dirtbags.
Correct.
Conversely, how massive would this be for Quakertown to win?
Oh, huge. Knowing that if you maintain this 8-6 lead, and that is indeed the final, you have possibly 2 games tomorrow, but only have to win 1.
Yeah, it would be against Paxton. There is a gigantic bug or possibly a bat on the field, and that. Did you? I mean, that is massive, and that pitch almost hit it. Look at this, Roger. This is.
Yeah, I see it. Look out!
It was almost a double hit batter.
That's a bat.
A double hit batter. Huh?
Is it a bat?
I don't know. It certainly looks like it to me, but I'm not a...
Shades of Randy Johnson, except he hit a bird.
I don't know how Kavanaugh or Everett could truly focus with that happening on that pitch. Here's the payoff. And a foul tip, and Pierce could not snag it. Well, hopefully the bat realized that it was in peril in that spot of the field at least. Bats can't see. They're going by their
They have their radar, yeah.
They're going by their hearing there.
You know what's the best way to kill a bat or hit a bat?
Throw a baseball at it, I guess.
Use a tennis racket.
And that's out of play. I'll let you do that. Well, for Kavanaugh, we always say this, when you're in the bottom of the 7th and you're down 1 or 2 runs, doesn't matter how, just get on base.
You got to get on base.
Well, especially down multiple runs, right?
Yep.
Different story if it's a 1-run game, but 2 runs you need to get on, and then
you get that leadoff batter on. A lot of good things can follow.
Yeah.
But the game has been entertaining. 8-5-5, 6-5-1.
That's hit well out to left, but now backpedaling and making the catch is Schuler. So we've seen some balls smoked out to left in the top half and the bottom half that both have gone for outs.
Yeah, just a nice
Next
job,
up, number
particularly, as I
20.
said, in the outfield.
Nate Gilson.
I've been out there working with young players, and sometimes it looks like a little black dot coming at you. These guys from the Falls and from Quakertown have done extremely well tonight, playing under the lights in this championship tournament. Gilson,
left-handed batter, takes first pitch ball. Matlack on deck. Altaria takes a little late hop, but he's able to make the play. And now Quakertown could be 1 out away from staying perfect.
it'll bring up Alex Matlack for the life of me. I
Now
want to
batting
say
number
John
9,
Matlack.
Alex Matlack.
Yeah, I've unfortunately misspoke on his last name. Take another look. I thought that this one maybe could cause some problems on a late hop, but he was able to track it the whole way. Colteri is a quality player, obviously.
Yep. We've seen a lot of good defensive play, a lot of good shortstops.
First pitch ball, Matlack has to reach, or else this game's over, and the season over for Falls. No pressure, huh?
Not at all. It's baseball.
Now 2-0. I hope be happy to take a walk if Everett's going to give it to him.
Sure.
Would bring the tying run to the plate. In for a strike.
Well, we know that Quakertown has punched their ticket to almost heaven, West Virginia.
Swing and a miss. They'll be singing Country Roads the whole way, and they're hoping to do it as the champions of Pennsylvania.
Compliments. John Duchendorf, his birth name.
One more strike here, and they'll take a next step. Swing and a miss, and that will do it as Quakertown wins the game by the score of 8-6.
Falls 6.
A different type of game than what we have typically seen, Roger. It was delayed nearly 2 hours. We saw plenty of offense. We saw some defensive mistakes. Not a ton of hits. We've had more runs than hits. But in the end, all sorts of different ways the Blue Jays have found to win games in this, their latest, as they go to 4-0.
Certainly have good competition. Probably have some hungry ball players out there, too. I know they are wet, tired, and sweaty.
Now that makes 2 of us.
Hey, before we take a break, guys, just want to get this last email in. Brianna Ricino cheering for the Blue Jays from home in Quakertown and for my big brother, Mikey.
Very nice.
Probably awfully happy with how this one ended. An 8-6 victory for Quakertown. They stay perfect. And now we know the championship tomorrow. It will be Paxton against Quakertown.
We have a time on that, so just let everybody know.
105 is the first game. And then obviously, if Quakertown wins, it's over. If
Correct.
Paxton wins, we will play a final game, which at that point would be the rubber match, slated for 4:05. More specifically, it'll probably be about 45 minutes after the conclusion of that first game. But if you're the Blue Jays, Roger, you couldn't have asked for any better of a start. 4 up through 4 games. And again, this wasn't a pretty one. There's room for improvement for them, but it's always nice to find room for improvement with the victory. And on the other side, for Falls, a tough way to see the season end. They continued to battle, just came up short.
Yeah, the Dirtbags, congratulations on a very, very fine Legion baseball season. To the team from Falls. And we will just get to see Quakertown again tomorrow, taking on Paxton.
Oh, that should be a good one, because anyone who saw the first meeting knows the incredible finish, a game in which Paxton led 3-2 heading to the 7th. Quakertown scored 6 to win it 8-3. Final thoughts on this one, Roger, before we put a bow on it and turn it off to the final day of this tournament tomorrow?
Well, you know what? It was a competitive game. One team, that being Falls, scratched and clawed its way, getting their 6 runs, whereas the Blue Jays of Quakertown relied pretty much exclusively on the long ball, and that makes them a very, very dangerous team. They'll also be coming into the game full of confidence as well against Paxton.
4 home runs, 2 from Ethan Bile. He also had a walk and a sacrifice fly as his incredible run continues. That'll do it here tonight from the 4th day of this tournament. We appreciate the hardworking Dan Flickinger, who's been here the entire time as our producer. For my colleague Roger Down, Sean Meyer signing off. 8-6, Quakertown stays perfect. Falls sees its season conclude. You've been watching the Pennsylvania American Legion Baseball State Tournament presented by Elite Plumbing, Kitchens, and Bath in the Latrobe Route 30 Plaza. It's been here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.